What's going on, everybody? And I hope you're enjoying your Sunday morning so far. This is NYG Jeffy T85 here, and I'm just going to elaborate on more involving this Kyrie Irving situation with the Brooklyn Nets and where it could be leading to next, heading closer to the NBA trade deadline, which will be happening this Thursday on February 9th. Now, we all know the course of events that have happened already with Kyrie Irving. 2 days ago, on Friday afternoon, Kyrie Irving formally requested a trade from the Brooklyn Nets after feeling disgruntled during contract negotiations, feeling that the organization slighted him by adding some different types of instinctive, residual stuff to his contract that they were trying to offer him during the offseason and during in-season as well. And Kyrie Irving was a little bit thrown off by that because they were adding some incentives to his contract, and he felt very disrespected by that, which I actually don't completely agree with him. I don't disagree with him when it comes to that. I would be upset too when you have incentives trying to be added to his contract, but I don't blame the organization too because of everything that's happened around Kyrie Irving the past few years. Irving got upset about that, said he wasn't going to negotiate a contract extension with the Brooklyn Nets anymore, and he formally requested a trade for the team on Friday afternoon. Obviously, last night the Brooklyn Nets played against the Washington Wizards at BarclaysCenter, and Kyrie Irving was sat out. He did not play due to a quote-unquote right calf soreness. Now, you can take that whichever way you want to say it. I still believe that he was pretty much sat out because the team didn't want to deal with the distraction. And Kyrie Irving now is just, waiting to see what his contract is going to, what's going to happen with him next. And then last night, reports came out from Adrian Wojnarowski, a.k.a. Woj, saying that Kyrie Irving pretty much was looking for a 4-year, $198.5 million deal from the Brooklyn Nets or during free agency this coming off season and wanted to be locked up to a long-term deal. And he even went out as far as say that he would sit out the rest of the regular season if he was not traded to a desirable destination. Well, now a new report just came out this morning from Woj today saying that the Brooklyn Nets have officially benched Kyrie Irving for the time being, and they will look to continue to see if they could trade him by the Thursday NBA trade deadline. So Kyrie Irving has essentially been benched now by the Brooklyn Nets, and he will not be playing until the Brooklyn Nets can orchestrate some type of NBA trade with another organization going forward as we get closer to the NBA trade deadline this Thursday. So I don't know what more you can actually say about this. It's just an absolute mess right now. We still have really not heard anything from Kevin Durant's side. The organization really hasn't said anything. Sean Marks, Joe Tsai have sort of pretty much been quiet during this whole process going around. Jock Vaughn pretty much says that they're not going to try to use this as a distraction right now, and they're going to pretty much try to keep going forward and let the situation play and handle itself as they go forward. Obviously, the Brooklyn Nets had an absolutely fantastic come-from-behind victory after trailing at 18 at the half and as many as 23 points during that game last night. The Brooklyn Nets are riding high right now after a big-time victory last night. They are now currently 4th in the Eastern Conference right now, trailing only the Boston Celtics, the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Milwaukee Bucks in the East right now. But right now the team has this distraction, this black cloud hovering over the head of them with this whole Kyrie Irving situation and the drama surrounding Kyrie Irving right now. But at the same time, the Brooklyn Nets should not trade Kyrie Irving to where he wants to go. It should be where the Brooklyn Nets are going to get the best package for Kyrie Irving going forward. It doesn't matter what Irving wants. It only matters what is best interest for the Brooklyn Nets if they even decide to trade Kyrie Irving. Like I mentioned earlier, like I mentioned yesterday morning during my video I made about Kyrie Irving a couple days ago. It's a double-edged sword right now with Kyrie Irving. You could essentially bench him, sit him out, and not trade him at the deadline, but then you risk losing him at the end of the season for nothing. But at the same time, you're not going to get equal value for somebody like Kyrie Irving because teams know he wants to be traded, and the Nets are sort of put in a position where they really have no choice at this point but to trade him. if there's nobody out there that's willing to take up his contract. Or willing to take up Kyrie Irving right now at the type of price the Nets are looking for. The Nets are obviously going to look for young players, young ascending star players, as well as draft picks right now heading into next year and beyond. Our team's going to be willing to give up that type of draft capital as well as young assets for a player who is essentially right now looked at as a malcontent on the Brooklyn Nets, as well as the fact he's going to be a free agent after the end of the season. So you have to wonder, whichever team Kyrie Irving is going to get traded with, you have to wonder if a contract extension is going to be tied to that trade from the Brooklyn Nets to the new team that he gets traded to going into the offseason. So a lot of things that are going to be wound about during this whole process for the next few days. Have to wonder how fast this is going to be played out, how quickly this trade process might be going forward with the Brooklyn Nets and Kyrie Irving. But right now, Kyrie Irving has essentially been benched by the Brooklyn Nets until the team can work out a trade with Kyrie Irving to his next destination on the team. And one has to wonder, depending on what happens with Irving heading into the Thursday trade deadline, as well as what type of compensation they get back, could this potentially spawn a Kevin Durant trade request as well? Though Kevin Durant, though, is locked in right now to a long-term deal with the Brooklyn Nets for the next few years. You have to wonder if Kevin Durant might request a trade as well, depending on what the Nets get back for a trade for Kyrie Irving. If it actually does end up happening, the Nets could just pretty much try to trade him, but nothing ends up happening, and then Kyrie Irving is still with the team past the NBA trade deadline. So a lot of things to unravel right now with this whole situation, but right now, Kyrie Irving has officially been benched by the Brooklyn Nets, and the team will try to work on a trade to get Kyrie Irving out of here, out of Brooklyn, going forward, and see if they can maximize his value and try to get the most back for him before the NBA trade deadline this Thursday on February 9th. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this, the whole situation with Kyrie Irving, the fact he's benched now by the team, and if a trade will be worked out before Thursday. Hit that like button, sub up to NYGJeffyT85, as well as turn on the notifications for the next video or shorts dropping on the channel surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. And like I mentioned, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this whole situation with Kyrie Irving. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take it easy, and as always, let's go Brooklyn Nets. It's a Nets world, and guess what? We are all just living in it.